how to deal with heartbreak. I already made a video about how you handle it, and I made a video about my personal experience, but how do you necessarily like deal with it? Like, I mean, I guess handling and dealing with is like the same thing, but I'm talking about like the aftermath. Like, so you went through heartbreak with a specific person, but you got them out of your life. That's the first step. Get them out of your life. You know, don't contact them, don't talk to them. Just completely get them out of your life entirely. Don't even look at their social media. Don't do any of that. Just completely eliminate the problem. So get them out of your life. That's the first step. Once you do that, what helps me, like in my experience right now, no matter what they've done to you, whether it was cheating or manipulating or taking you for granted, whatever it is, using you, it doesn't matter what it is. Once you acknowledge the issue and you get them out of your life, right? So you already made the first major step. You could admit that they're not good for you and that you need to remove them, and then you took the action to get them out of your life. Once that is finished, here's what has helped me. And I don't mind, it might not seem that I'm over it, and I'm not over 100%, but I'd say, is it bothering me for like through my day to day? No, not really. I think I'm actually happier because that pressure or whatever is lifted off. But the thing that helps me, and coming from somebody that like when I do get hurt by people where like I feel like I'm being disrespected or whatever, especially from somebody who I like care about a lot, it is so easy for me to get over them. And I know like some people, it's like normal for them to linger on that for like weeks, days, weeks, months, whatever. I've never been that type of person. I mean, yeah, I get hurt, but I don't let it linger on for that long. And I guess the way I look at it is like once I'm getting disrespected by them or I'm being used or whatever, I lose all feeling for them. Some people might say that's not right, or you never cared about them to begin with. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but that's just how I am. The moment I'm like disrespected or whatever, then I lose complete feelings for them entirely. Because I focus like, so like in my experience, I liked her a lot, but then she pulled her stuff. And after that, I kind of focused on that. And I was just like, this person I thought who was so different and so great, did this to me, and kind of just proves that she never really gave a shit about me. No matter how, I don't care what she says, what she actually thinks, I don't care. But to me, I don't care about what she looks at through her eyes. I care about what I look at through my eyes. And what my eyes see is she never gave a shit. She just liked what I could offer. So we're talking about in that sense, I lose all feeling because it just shows that they were just there to benefit off of me. That's all they were there for. So when I focus on that, it's pretty easy to get over them because it's like, well, great. I have this weight lifted out of my life. I finally have space to let good people in. It feels good. And I can get over it pretty easily. Now, I can understand that, like, if you guys had, like, a really good relationship and it wasn't toxic and it just wasn't right and then it ended, that would be hard. I won't lie. That would be difficult. Like, for example, like, if you were with someone really good but you had to go to college or you had to move far away and you just had to end it, like, that stuff is tough. That's, like, not toxic, but it's just one of those things where you just have to end it. This situation where, I feel like I'm being disrespected in a sense, that's when I don't give a shit. Like, I lost all feeling, and to me, I just look at it through a way of seeing that, okay, I'm finally opening up myself to possibly good people in the future. Instead of lingering on this, random person, or this person that I used to think was so great, but once their true color showed, it wasn't really that great. They weren't anything special to me. And I know that might sound like it's harsh to say or whatever, but when you get treated like that, it's just, you're not special. At least to the person you're disrespecting, you're not. Why should you be? And that's just how I view these types of things. So when she did all that, I kind of just thought to myself, considering she was able to do all that with no double take, no thought or anything, why should I care about her anymore? You know? It's harsh to say, but at the same time it's true. Like I don't care. And I know I'm still making videos on it, but I'm also just making these videos on it for you because I don't know what you're going through. And I know there's a lot of people out there that it takes them forever to get over this kind of thing. So I'm hoping that watching this, it helps you maybe get over your own problems in like relationships or whatever. This is just what helps me. I don't know. Maybe I'm toxic. Maybe I'm not. I don't think I am because I just feel like it's pretty self explanatory. When you get disrespected like that, you lose all feelings for them. You can say whatever you want. I don't really care. That's just where I stand. So, step one, you acknowledge the problem. You acknowledge that they're not good for you. You walk away no matter how much they beg, no matter how much they plead and ask you to stay in their life, you leave. And you hold your self-respect in hand. Once that's done, you've acknowledged the problem, you remove the issue, which was the person. After that's done, then, like I said, the third step for me would be looking at viewing what they were saying, viewing what they were doing, acknowledging the disrespect that they were causing you and acknowledging the hurt they were causing in your life. So now that they're gone, now you can feel so much better, more free, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, you can still think about all the good times you had with them, but they still disrespect you at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, it sucks, you put so much effort and time into a person and they turn around and do this, but there's someone better out there. That's the next thing I want to focus on. Instead of telling yourself that, it's over and all women are bad and all men are bad, that's not true. You need to tell yourself that it just means that person wasn't for you. And that there's somebody else out there that will treat you 10 times better and treat you how you're supposed to be treated. And you just got to make sure that when that person comes along, you can't allow this situation to affect that. Because they are a completely different person. They're not this person that's disrespecting you. They're completely different. That's why I say, when you meet new people, treat them like they're a new person. Don't be stuck in your past. Don't be blaming them for something someone else did. That's not fair to them. So just make sure and that's really it though. That's how I do it. Like, and these like type of relationship problems and these like issues and stuff, like when you come across these weirdos, like weird girls or weird guys that just sit there and for some reason they just want to waste your time. You acknowledge the issue, you get rid of the issue, which is the person. And then the step 3 would be acknowledging that they, viewing what they were doing and how it was wrong, how they disrespected you, and how they're finally out of your life so you can be free. And then 4 would be acknowledging the fact that this just means that person wasn't meant for you, and there's somebody else out there that is way better for you. And then once you actually believe that, it tends to get pretty easy to get over this kind of stuff. Obviously, every situation is different. Like I said, not every ending to a relationship is toxic, or whatever your situation is. Not every situation is toxic like that, and those are usually the ones that are the toughest. Sadly, it's usually the positive ones that hurt the most because it's like, man, this person's so good, and we just have to go our separate ways because of career, school, whatever it is, moving away, sometimes that's just how it is. Or you just find out, it's not really clicking anymore and we should just walk away. Those are the hardest ones. But the ones that, you just feel the disrespect, like, I don't know what your situation is, but if it's, manipulation or they're taking advantage of you, they're using you, doing whatever. Once you get them out of your life, you kind of just look back at everything they were doing and saying and how it was all a lie. And then you kind of just realize, how much of a just absolute nuisance, how much of like a parasite they were to your life. That now that when they're finally gone, you can finally be free. And finally open yourself up to new people. So I say just follow those steps. If you're going through a similar situation that I am right now, and you focus on that, you tend to get over it pretty fast. Everyone's different, so maybe it might not work for you. Like I said, this is how I view things. So because I see things this way, that makes it pretty easy to get over it. The moment I feel disrespect, I don't care who you are. I've had friends that I was like best friends for like 10 years. The moment I felt disrespected and they were just pushing me away is the moment that I didn't care anymore. I didn't. The moment I acknowledged that and I can acknowledge the disrespect and all that and I remove it from my life, I stopped caring. And I was like, you know what? Next person's gonna come in, they'll treat me better, whatever. There's more people out there. There's billions of people that you can go meet. It's not that big of a deal. Obviously, it's still difficult, 10 years down the drain with a friend. But at the same time, though, I'm not going to sit here and waste my life thinking about it. But some people don't think like me. Some people, and like if they were in my situation with this girl, they might think about all the good times, and that's what hurts them. But for me, all the good times go out the window. Like I still think about them, like, that was fun, whatever. But then in the end, it didn't matter because of the disrespect and all that they caused me. So for me, I'm over it. And like I said, I'm not completely over it. It just happened like 2 days ago. But am I sitting here crying about it? No. Do I care about her anymore? No. I don't care about her anymore. I'm not crying about it. I talk about it. Obviously, I'm making a video still talking about it. But these videos are more just to help you because I don't know what your situation is. And if you are going through something similar to me, I hope that I could use my experience to help you. So that's why I'm making this video. So I just hope that, my situation can teach you something so you can learn from my mistakes. And hopefully this helps you get over your situation. If you got hurt, I hope this can help you. So, other than that, there's not really much else to say. So just acknowledge what they're doing is wrong. And let's say you already communicated and they're still not changing. Remove them from your life. It doesn't matter how much they beg. This is going to be the hard part because they are going to beg for you. They are going to sit there. Sometimes they'll act like they don't care. But the moment you actually show that you're about to walk away, they will beg and beg and beg for you to stay. And that's the hard part because some people get drawn back in. And that's how the whole cycle starts all over again. So when they do that, you kick them out of your life. You remove them completely. You don't contact them. Like I said, you don't look at their social media, none of that. And then the third part would be you look back. You view the conversations you were having, how they were treating you, their actions, looking at all of it, realize that, this was all, this was disrespectful. They didn't, think I was valuable in their life. They took me for granted. They used me for what I could offer them. And once you really like view it like this, it tends to be pretty easy to get over them because it's like, well, if they're not bringing me anything and I'm bringing them everything, then so why do I even care if they're out of my life anymore? All this energy now that I have, this free energy, instead of spending on them, now I can spend it on something actually better. And that's where I laid into the last step. After you've acknowledged the problem, you remove the issue, you view the disrespect they cause you, you understand there's someone better out there for you. The last and final one, the fifth one, would be better yourself. Don't change for the worse. Don't go out and cheat on a bunch of people. Don't be like sleeping around and hurting people on purpose because you're hurt, because in the end that means you're just going to stay in the past. Don't do that. But do better yourself in every other situation. Physically, maybe on an intellectual level, like become smarter, be more fit, go meet new people. That's another one. I'm not saying, like I said, I don't say sleep around or anything like that, but I'm just saying, go meet new people, go create new friendships, relationships, whatever. There's so many people out there, so that's a big one. And like I said, just take care of yourself physically, take care of your health, become smarter, whatever you can to better yourself, do that. And for me, and hopefully for you, don't forget to not remove God out of your life, because through these kind of situations, we often will blame him for that. And it's not his fault. I don't believe. I think everything happens for a reason. It just means that there's someone else better for you and me. So, That's really it. Do those 5 things, and I think it'll be super easy to get over the hurt and the pain, and you won't have to sit there and linger in it forever. You don't want to be stuck in the past. Let the past be the past. You're living now. That's the important part. That's what I'm saying. Getting over it super fast is a good thing. I mean, I guess some people might say it's toxic because that means you never loved them. Personally, I don't believe that, but whatever. I hope you can get over your heartbreak quickly. It's not a good feeling to sit there and linger in it forever. So I hope you can get over it fast, like I am right now. And I hope this video helps you. I hope my experience teaches you something of what not to do. And I wish you the best. So just remember that all women aren't bad. All men aren't bad. There's always good people out there on both sides. It's a matter of finding them. That's the hard part. But once you do, make sure you keep those people close and you never take them for granted. Just because you got treated like that from a different person doesn't mean you should treat the good people like how that person treated you. They don't deserve that disrespect. So don't fall for that cycle because it will never fulfill you. You'll always be stuck in the past when you do that. So treat everybody like a new person. But that's really it. So I hope this helps you get over your heartbreak. And like I said, I wish you the best. So remember, life isn't too short to make a change.